So many guys out there are so afraid to do this, and when they hear about you and other guys that went over and came back alive and successful, then they're like, oh, well, maybe this isn't just a big scam. Maybe this is real.
No, it is not a scam. It definitely is not a scam.
It's not. I mean, you could always find women that might play games. I mean, you're dealing with real people, right? So, sometimes you might run into something like that. But, for the most part, it's just people trying to meet each other, and what happens, happens. And
that's what I found, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're so... and my wife-to-be, she is so genuine, so kind. I mean, it was hard not to fall in love with her.
Like I said, connection, and just someone that I really wouldn't, want to spend my life with. Like I said, when I was there and I went to the different places, at the other socials and such, met some nice women, and basically I've got two ladies right now that I'm really sort of in a situation because both of them are very, very nice, and I really like both of them. And I can address a couple of other questions that some of the other guys had, though, as far as it's amazing. I walked out of there with probably about 12 addresses, telephone numbers, emails from some very nice ladies. The one thing that I did, though, was when I would talk to them, I made a point of saying that, you want to get to know me, okay, but that's just as friends, or, marry me and come to America. And someone would say, well, just as friends. And I'd say, well, that's nice, but, and so you have to be a little bit direct in your questioning, and they'll be honest coming back. Now, some of the girls, they were asking me about the men and stuff and talking and such, but there are some girls, young girls, especially the college girls that go there, and in turn, they want to go out to dinner and go out to a club or whatever, and they're not really using you. I mean, you're having fun with them or whatever, but they're not going to marry you and come back to the States. So, if you're an elderly guy and you got some 18-year-old girl that wants to go out clubbing with you, come on, guys. Well, I was actually out with this one girl, and we were talking about that. And she said she couldn't understand why the men couldn't see that these girls, she said, the economy's bad, and she said there's a lot of girls that would like to go out and have a good evening. They're not bad people. I mean, they're not going to rob you. They're not going to take you out and do something to you. But on the other hand, you're not going to get lucky either. You're just, if you want to go out with a pretty girl and have a nice meal and go to a club and dance and have some fun, okay. You had a great time, and for a lot less money than you wasted on the women back over here. But you have to be realistic, and you have to ask them and talk to them. And in turn, as the tour goes on and you've got the other guys there, you have guys watch your back. I made friends with a great bunch of guys this tour, and they basically watched each other's back. There was one guy who was interested, and in turn say, well, okay, I didn't see any real chemistry here, A lot of times there's guys who want to go out. You go out as pairs, and you're seeing things through, rose-colored glasses, and the other person's seeing it for real. So, you back each other up. But there are some very, very nice girls. Actually, one of the girls that I'm corresponding with, we had this discussion, and, she said, she saw these older American men come over here and with these younger girls, and she doesn't understand that, and, they need to be more realistic. She said there's nice, very nice middle-aged women here that, and through this whole thing. So we talked for about 2 hours, and in turn, her thing was that she couldn't understand older men to younger women. And at the end of the deal, she basically gave me her email address and telephone number and told me to call her, And I'm 56, she's 22, but we just connected. I mean, it was just so much chemistry, and she laughed about it, and I said, okay, friends, or, I said, she said, we'll get to know each other. And that's the thing, too, is if they come over, oh, I'm in love with you and want to go to America, well, be a little careful. The girls that I'm talking to basically want to get to know me. And the one thing that I found unique about the young women was the fact that they're very honest, very straightforward. You need to be honest and straightforward. If they like you, they'll go out with you. If they don't like you, they won't. I asked this one girl I talked to for a while to go out, and she said, you're a nice man. She said, you're older. I'm not interested in an older man. If you want to go out and see the city, I'll go with you as a friend, But if you don't ask these questions, you're going out with the idea that this girl's really in love with you, and really she's going out with you just being a friend. There's very sociable people, very nice people, and they want to show you their city. So you could meet a girl, have a great time talking to her. She'll show you the city, go around, do everything with you, but she's being nice, and she's having a nice day out, and you're having a nice time out. But if you don't ask the questions like, would you come to America? She may say no.
Interested? Learn more at... If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.